All right, let me see here. I think I want to watch this grand final set. I want to watch one more set. Momochi versus Mago. This is the finals.
How much they're paying him? Double it, triple it. He's a monster, of course, and we got this match here that we're gonna see.
To be fair, it's kind of cheating because it doesn't even sound.
Let's look at the highest earning player at TGS, Mago, versus the lowest earning player at TGS, Momochi.
Well, speaking of which, we're gonna see some buffers.
The big thing about this matchup, and we saw this adjustment in the first set. I pointed this out on Twitter. I pointed this out in the first set, and there's a Twitter clip of it. So when he does stuff like walk up, back heavy kick, the reason you use a button like back heavy kick, the entire point of this kind of a long-reaching, big wall button like this doesn't lead to too much on most of the time, like without critical art to confirm or whatever. This button is a big stop sign. The reason you hit this button as Colleen is so that Karen will see this button and think to myself, what I need to do to beat this is walk up and check with like a medium or a crouching medium kick, right? The ways to beat a big button like this is walk up and stuff it or walk back and whiff punish it. And whiff punishing something like this is going to be a little hard for Karen. So what Mago is going to do is try to walk in, whiff punish, or walk in, whatever. And then Momochi is going to be like, okay, now I just walk up. I don't do the back heavy kick, and I just crack you with a fierce or whatever. That's what he does a lot. Oh, you're sending something, Moste? I'll take a look. So he dashes up and eats the fierce. That's a lot of this matchup because, you know, both of these characters hurt really hard when they hit you on the ground. But Colleen is not really a character designed specifically just to hit her ground buttons, right? She has really good mix-ups. She has huge damage when she hits you. But Momochi's playstyle is just this really slow, defensive playstyle, and he makes the ground buttons of this character look extremely powerful. To be fair, her heavy punch is ridiculous for whiff punish. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Her heavy punch is ridiculous. It's an excellent whiff punish. When I played this character, I loved hitting her heavy punch as a whiff punish. It's so good. It's just a really satisfying move to whiff punish with.
None of them. Don't get crush countered either. Standing fierce, crush counter is bad.
Oh, he caught him!
Didn't have critical art. Backdash? That's an input error. He wanted Parabellum.
The roundhouse, he went into the
Yeah,
crush counter.
wanted the Parabellum and he missed it.
Momochi had down jab, stand jab, EX hail instead of parabellum. He over buffered. It was like that guy in the crowd we saw earlier through Hadouken instead of Shoryuken. It's a miss. He tried to get the
Good damage and some V skill off that. V gauge, excuse me, off the V skill. That's the thing about Karen in general is that her combo options, that was a good try. He tried to parry the shoulder, I think. Her combo options are just so vast, right? That's a great example. She always has great ways to spend meter and resources and dump them into big damage without having to sacrifice Oki or sacrifice, you know, whatever. She just does what she wants to do. It's really good. As good as the Dark Knight dropping the Twitch Prime. Thanks very much. Yeah, in the corner, I think you normally have to manually time it, but he has whiff crouching light kick to time it. That's pretty good. Back heavy kick. When back heavy kick hits like a crush counter like that, I think it makes Mago walk in or dash in and then try to walk back and whiff punish it, which means he's susceptible to getting hit by crouching medium kicks or fierce or whatever. I haven't watched Angry Bird Mago, no. Mix up here? He delayed that just in case he hit a button. Or an uppercut. Bam, bam.
Look at this dizzy adding up. Colleen does so much stun.
Yeah, it doesn't want to dizzy him there, I think, because this will kill instead.
Yeah. He just walked back. He gave him time to uppercut and then said, okay, he hasn't done it. Crouch jab.
What was the biggest changes for Karen? She got a few buffs, but the main thing is that a lot of her hard matchups got worse. Stuff like Abigail being super powerful last season was hard for her.
I love that there was a whiff on the heavy kick. And
I think Birdie being better in this season is a little tough for her, but it's not the end of the world. Damn.
Clean fierce.
She got health. Health is always a really powerful buff. Good try from Mago. Damn, her sweep is good.
It's all Mago now.
I feel like Momochi wanted to swing because the stun gauge was so high. That was a good attempt to bait the throw. Momochi.
I like the backdash too. If you're Colleen, by the way, the main thing you activate with is crouching medium kick. Her crouching medium kick is mad good, by the way. Yeah, see that? It's plus some block, and as an activation, it's really, really scary. Because if it counter hits you, she gets a lot of damage. He's dead.
Should be 1-1 as Momochi crosses him up with the skates. That was clean.
Is Karen low tier? No, she's one of the stronger characters in this version. I think actually has always pretty much been one of the strongest characters in every version.
Overcommit on defense too much. I think he did a great job of really recomposing and just saying, okay, he wants to, be the
My advice about learning Guilty Gear is if you can find the current gear for cheap, which you probably can, you should play it. Because the game's fun and you'll get a feel about how Guilty Gear works. Nice. And if you, yeah, the new one you can probably get, and you'll feel pretty comfortable in it if you play the other one.
Back to back roundhouses.
Yeah, that's what I think about Colleen too. Colleen was a fine character, and I thought she was like pretty good. And then she got V-Trigger 2, and it was like, okay, well, this is just really powerful. The thing is, she's always had extremely high stun, and been a character that can kind of steamroll very easily. But in this version with V-Trigger, yeah, her standing heavy punch is absurdly good. Her stun and damage output is huge. Her ground buttons are really, really powerful. Even outside of V-Trigger, her crouching medium kick is excellent. Her back heavy kick is very good. Her standing heavy punch is very good. That right there, being able to dash full screen and cover distance, means that you want to stick out buttons. So this is the thing about V-Trigger 2. This is how it works. When Colleen has V-Trigger 2, she can skate in and be right here super fast. So what does Mago want to do to beat it? He's going to stick out attacks right here. He's going to stick out buttons and try to hit this space, like jabs or mediums or whatever, to stop Colleen from skating in. What do you think happens when Colleen walks up to an opponent and that opponent's hitting buttons to try to stop the skate? She walks up and she hits Fierce. Fierce hits, crush counter. Colleen skates in and destroys you for 50% of your life. So just by having V-Trigger 2, the threat of her skating in means that you're like, okay, I gotta hit buttons to try to stop her from skating in because it's so fast you can't really see it. And then she just walks up and hits Fierce to beat that button. So then you think, okay, I'm not gonna hit a button so I don't get crush countered, and then she just skates up in your face and forces a mix-up. It's extremely powerful. That range, because of the V-Trigger 2, is really scary.
Back heavy kick, and then you see the walk back. That was a good adjustment from Mago.
That's a miss. He tried to delay the Tenko a little bit because of the range, I think. But a little too late. Just a bit outside.
And that's perfect. Mago.
Rev 2's tutorials are fine.
This set is a great example.
I think they're pretty good.
And like just how to play neutral game against
Nice.
like this, where you see Momochi is
One more for stun.
Mago into walking up, so what does
I like the up back. If you know your opponent's gonna try to throw or throw bait, up back is a good choice, right? Just it gets you out of both. It beats everything but meaty. Couldn't you opt for lights instead to not get stuffed by heavies? Lights will still lose the standing heavy punch.
And that should be it, actually. He's got some meter to
Yeah, he's
spend.
dead.
Big damage on the end of this from
Trigger's
Momochi.
still active, and look at
Over
that.
The bodies. That
Where?
was where?
Where
Right
is
there. It hit clean as ever. Momochi
do you
gets
mean?
it. Although you see the adjustments from Mago too, right? Where Momochi
Yeah, that was a little strange. It's because usually it skates through twice, right? It goes through and then comes back. That was really strange.
So then Mago says, "Okay, I'll walk up."
It's fine
instead
though.
of hitting the button here,
That's what's supposed to happen. How good is Laura?
so hard because if you try to adjust it,
How good are you winning from a deficit?
it's really
If you're the answer is IDOM,
for a reason.
pretty fucking good. If the answer is any other human,
Range threat, low threat that he can use to kind of catch Momochi walking back. And again, winner's side, wow.
she has some good matchups
3-1 in the favor of
against some characters, but I feel like most of her good matchups are characters who aren't that
beats the throne.
like dominant. If that makes sense.
I think at this point, the sweep is a good threat to make Momochi fear walking backwards so that you can walk up and really press these big.
IDOM's standing jab is 1 frame
Although Momochi
on
has
wake
many
up.
turrets
I don't know
and
care
blocks,
what
so
anybody
he's trying to
says.
create whiffs.
His standing jab is 1 frame on wake up. You can't meet it. He had counter hit crouching medium kick, so you get a big activation into heavy into all this damage.
Walks in behind the hill, that
So,
range-
an adjustment Mago made in this set is, I remember I talked about how Momochi wants to walk back a lot and whiff punish because he set him up with a back heavy kick. An adjustment Mago made, and he did this in the first set too, is a walk up sweep. This catches the walk back. It's risky, but it makes Momochi crouch block. And if you're crouch blocking, you're not moving to whiff punish other buttons, so you're an easier target to hit. Also, when you crouch block, you're wider. Think about how when you're standing straight up, right? You're skinny, you're like this, you look like this. When you're standing straight up, you look like this. You know when you sit down in a chair and you get all pudgy and like your stomach looks bigger, you're wider. When you crouch, your hurt box is a little fatter. So instead of being this vertical, box like this, you're a little thicker when you crouch. That's how it works. So he wants to force Momochi to crouch because then his hurt box is wider, so he can tag him with his crouching medium kicks or standing medium kicks or whatever. So Momochi's trying to walk to stay thin. Thin with two ends as opposed to thick with two C's. Did I just call you fat? No, I said your hurt box gets wider when you sit down. Just like Colleen. Does Colleen look fat to you? Does Karen look fat? No, but their hurt boxes get wider when they sit down. I'm gonna start saying that to people. I'm gonna start telling fat people they're not fat. I'm like, you don't look that fat. I just think your hurt box is a little wider when you sit down, that's all. It's kind of wide when you're standing, too. Your hurt box is just a little wider than I remember, that's all. That was a good... That would have killed if it hit, I think, but smoked. I told Yipes, when he lost a lot of weight, I told him his walk speed got better, but he lost some health. He lost some HP, but his walk speed's a lot better, and his dash is better. He's got a 3-frame jab now. I straight up told Yipes that. You can ask him. I told him that. I said, Yipes, your walk speed is way faster than it used to be, but she lost a lot. You went from 1,100 to like 1,000. He's got a better shimmy. He lost all that weight, so Yipes is a little thinner now. Walk speed is actually the best buff you can get, by the way. All weight aside, walk speed is like the greatest buff a character can get in fighting games. I guess life is good too. Sorry, what? Word? You just whiff punished a V. He walked up and whiff punished a V skill with down jab? Holy shit. It's V trigger 2 down jab, but. I feel like this is the kind of shit that Momochi does that makes him other human, you know? This is the kind of...
And get caught standing, even from this far away, right? What a whiff punish.
He used the buff jab in this V-trigger. That was really well done. Skates all
I think he skated a little too far, and I skated on over to thank Devil May Care for dropping the raid. Appreciate you. Hope the stream was good.
Doesn't spend... Yeah, he had a lot of scaling on that. Working on stun.
He skated him all the way to the fucking corner. Oh, I missed the counter hit combo. Damn, he did EX Vanity into nothing. If you're Momochi here, I think you just hit standing light kick and crouching medium kick. Damn, apparently you hit back heavy kick too. He knows better than me. Yeah, Vega walks the fastest. Damn, that narrow emote is pretty good.
To get this super premiere. Oh my. That's what we're talking about. The deep
Why didn't Bonchan participate? That's a funny way to say why did Bonchan drown in pools. Because he did participate.
Activation of V-trigger on his own.
No, the crush, that's huge.
That's exactly what Momochi wanted, is Mago to walk up and get a little antsy. It's funny because when he's in V-trigger, Momochi is just like chilling. And then because of that, it feels like you can approach and then you just get smacked.
He cannot eat another crush counter, though.
He's not moving. There's the activation from Mago. Out of the range for the throw. Back throw.
It's a one-hit match. You know, Momochi's low enough now. They'll low.
Yeah, he did lose to a Fang player. That's true. Fang and a Balrog player, I think. I heard Brian F say Balrog can't beat Karen. That matchup must be fine. One time someone won it. I'm sure the matchup's 10-0 Balrog.
It's too low.
It's too low, boy. I thought he was gonna whiff punish that.
Oh, we got him. Okay, he's not dead. Got plenty of life.
He did lose to a Fang player. Yeah, I think Karen is actually one of the few characters that Fang fights pretty well. That's important.
One hit kills. You can't get hit either way now. This is a really
yeah, he doesn't have a good matchup against Fang. Momochi wins in one button now. Standing light kick probably kills. Standing medium punch probably kills. He's at a deficit though. Mago should just not get too antsy here. Perfect. That was a really good answer here. Why? I forgot about that. I forgot that's how it ended. What did he do? I guess there's enough time here that a throw hitting is pretty scary, so you don't want to get thrown back. Back heavy kick crush counter at the last second. Oh no, what did he hit? He hit crouching medium punch. Crouching medium kick is +1, so back heavy kick's a pretty big button to swing with, but he needed something. Mago should have just blocked and tried to react to a dash, but unfortunately, there's nothing you can do there. I can't believe he hit a button there. Damn, crouching medium punch of all buttons. Oh, poor Mago. Crouching medium punch of all buttons. Ay, ay, ay. That was rough. That set was pretty great. How much money did Mago win? More than Momochi. That's all I know.